do. Welcome to Law Crest, your trusted source for real legal education and justice awareness. Today, we're uncovering a critical and often misunderstood issue in the United States. Justice system. What happens if someone files a false complaint against the police? SLOs, in a country that values freedom of speech and the right to challenge authority. It's absolutely legal to file a complaint against a law enforcement officer when you've genuinely been wronged. Every citizen has the right to report police misconduct, corruption, abuse of power, or violations of civil rights. However, that same legal system also punishes those who misuse this right for personal revenge or to harm an innocent officer's reputation. Filing a false police complaint is not only unethical, but a serious criminal offense under both state and federal law. When you knowingly make a false statement, provide fake evidence, or invent an incident that never happened, especially against a law enforcement officer, you can face criminal charges for perjury, obstruction of justice, and false reporting, each carrying heavy fines and even prison sentences. The law draws a clear line between an honest mistake and a deliberate lie. If you file a complaint because you misunderstood an event or misinterpreted an officer's action, the system may review it as a misunderstanding. But if you knowingly fabricate details or create false accusations, that's a felony in most states. To understand the gravity of this, let's look at how the law defines a false complaint. Under Title 18, United States Code, Section 1001. Anyone who knowingly and willfully makes false statements in any matter within the jurisdiction of the U.S. government can be fined or imprisoned for up to 5 years. This law doesn't just apply to civilians, it applies to anyone who intentionally lies in official matters, including police investigations. Most states have their own versions of false reporting laws. The U.S. justice system values truth above all else. When a person files a complaint, that complaint triggers an official investigation, sometimes involving internal affairs, state police, or even the Department of Justice. Investigators spend time, money, and public resources examining evidence, interviewing witnesses, and reviewing body cam footage. When the complaint turns out to be false, those resources are wasted, and real victims may be delayed in getting justice. But it's not just about wasting time. False accusations can destroy lives. So imagine an honest officer being suspended, publicly shamed, or criminally charged because someone lied. Even if the officer is later cleared, the damage to reputation, career, and mental health can be devastating. That SY courts and internal affairs divisions treat false complaints against police as serious acts of defamation and obstruction. In many cases, filing a false complaint can lead to civil lawsuits by the officer against the accuser for defamation, emotional distress, and damage to professional reputation. Now, let's look at the process. When someone files a complaint against a police officer, it is usually submitted to the Internal Affairs Division of the department. Internal Affairs investigators review all evidence, including video footage, radio communications, reports, and witness statements. If they find inconsistencies or signs that the complaint might be false, the case may be referred to the District Attorney's Office for criminal investigation. Once proven false, the accuser can face charges under false statement or obstruction of justice statutes. In some cases, prosecutors also charge the individual with perjury if they lied under oath during a hearing or written affidavit. Courts take this seriously because lying in official records is an attack on the integrity of the justice system. Let's consider a real-world example. In 2018, a woman in Florida falsely accused a police officer of assaulting her during a traffic stop. Body cam footage later proved the officer acted professionally, and the woman had fabricated the entire story to avoid a DUI charge. BS. Once the truth emerged, she was arrested for false reporting and sentenced to 6 months in jail, plus probation and community service. Similar cases have occurred across the US, where people filed false complaints out of anger, revenge, or to avoid personal accountability. Each time the outcome is the same. Truth wins, and the false accuser faces justice. Filing a false complaint doesn't just hurt the accused officer, it undermines trust between the public and the police. When fake claims circulate, it becomes harder for real victims of police misconduct to be believed. It damages the credibility of legitimate complaints and creates skepticism that hurts the entire justice process. V's. This is why departments encourage citizens to speak the truth, provide evidence, and file complaints responsibly. Most police departments in the US have online complaint systems or citizen review boards, making it easier for people to safely report genuine misconduct. These systems are meant to promote transparency, not to be abused as weapons of revenge. But what if someone files a false complaint by mistake? The law still requires intent to prove the crime. If you genuinely believed something wrong happened, but later evidence shows otherwise, you're unlikely to face criminal charges. The key difference lies in intent. Did you know it was false when you said it? If yes, that's a crime. If not, it's treated as a misunderstanding. Stay. The justice system protects honest citizens who report in good faith but punishes deliberate liars who weaponize the system. In some high-profile cases, people who filed false complaints ended up facing multiple charges: false reporting, obstruction of justice, wasting police resources, and even contempt of court. Some states also allow police departments to recover investigation costs from false complainants, meaning the accuser may have to pay thousands of dollars in restitution. Additionally, if a false complaint goes viral on social media, the accused officer can sue for defamation, leading to even more financial penalties for the liar. 2. Under civil law, defamation can lead to damages of tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars, depending on how much harm was caused. From an ethical point of view, filing a false complaint is not only illegal, but morally wrong. It damages the principle of fairness and erodes the public's faith in the institutions designed to protect them. Fees risk their lives daily to uphold the law, and while misconduct should never be ignored, false allegations make reform and accountability harder to achieve. Every time someone lies, it makes it easier for real wrongdoers to escape scrutiny by claiming they were victims of false complaints too. So, filing a truthful complaint is your right. Filing a false one is a crime. In contrast, if your complaint is genuine and backed by evidence, the law is on your side. The First Amendment protects your right to petition the government for redress of grievances, including complaints against police misconduct. But this protection disappears the moment a complaint becomes intentionally false. In simple terms, truth is protected, lies are punished. 2. Sum it up. Filing a false complaint against a police officer in the US can lead to criminal charges, jail time, fines, civil lawsuits, and permanent criminal records. You may also lose credibility in court, making it difficult to report genuine issues in the future. 4. Police departments. False complaints waste resources and undermine public trust. For society, they slow the progress toward real accountability and justice. So if you ever feel mistreated by an officer, report it truthfully, provide evidence, and let the system work. But never create a lie, because in the end, the law always catches up. The US justice system, though not perfect, has one golden rule: honesty is non-negotiable. Remember, justice isn't about who shouts the loudest, it's about who tells the truth. And in the eyes of the law, a false complaint doesn't make you a hero, it makes you a criminal. So be informed, stay honest, and always let evidence, not emotion, guide your actions. This is Law Crest, where we uncover the truth behind America's legal system and empower you with knowledge to protect your rights and uphold justice for all.